Good morning, campers. I am here to show you your first art lesson for this week of camp. And we're going to be doing a watercolor view, a landscape of the lake from camp at night. I got to go out to your camp a couple of years ago, and Redwood told me this beautiful story after I had walked around the lake about how sometimes at night all the campers on the different sides of the lake would sing out rounds across the night sky. And I just had this beautiful vision of this quiet lake at night, starry sky, silhouettes of the trees, and just music ringing from all sides. And so our painting that we're going to make today is inspired by that story. And so I've taken a photo of the lake, and I'm kind of just using my imagination to picture what it would look like at night. So I'm going to switch the view to this projection of my screen, and I'll show you how my space set up, and I'll kind of walk you through the steps. And then I will play the video in fast forward. So if you see my paintbrush moving really fast, that's why. Just so that you can see how the whole painting goes, and then you can make your own. Please enjoy, and I'd love to see how these turn out. To start this painting, I illustrated a curved line to show the edge of the lake. I included rough triangles and shapes above and below that were taller on the sides and got smaller as they approached the center to give a little bit of dimension. I also included a few logs and sticks at the bottom of my painting to show the edge of the lake. Next, I started to watercolor the sky. To do this, I dipped my brush in my water and picked the color blue. I swirled my brush around the color blue to pick up some paint and started filling in my sky, careful to create a rough edge at the bottom where the trees were and to fill all the way to my edges. I sprinkled some salt into the wet paint that will dry to have a starry effect, and added some purple in a round form to give my sky the feeling of stars rotating through the night. When I started painting in the lake, I used side-to-side or lateral brushstrokes to give the impression of a calm lake at night, but I used the same colors and same techniques as the night sky. After my paint had dried, I went back and filled in my trees with black paint. I was very careful to leave a thin white line of paper where there was no paint at all between the sky or between the trees and the reflection of the trees in the water. When I was done painting the trees, I flipped my paper over and painted in the reflection of the trees, careful to avoid that white space between the trees and the reflection. Finally, I stood back and looked at my painting. I found I needed to add a little more black paint. It's a good practice to step back and look and make adjustments after you think you're done. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on how to paint a night sky at the lake of Camp Madrona. Please stay tuned for another watercolor art lesson coming up soon.